Master Jedi, what brings you to our small corner of Republic space? This is such a great honor.
Even a forgotten planet can harbor dark secrets.
Well, whatever brings you here, I suggest you don't stay long. We barely got stores enough for our station soldiers, much less visitors. At this rate, I've got men scalping ration cubes for a half-week's salary.
I can't believe the Republic sent you out here without sufficient supplies.
Oh, we get supplies. Every month. Shipped in from Ord Mantell. Problem is, this month's ship went nose down in some of the worst territory on Taris. It'll take another month before the next one arrives. And in the meantime, my men are stewing their gloves.
Is the ship lost? Why haven't your men recovered the supplies?
Our men tried to reach the ship once, but they turned back after taking serious casualties. They said it's more than just rat ghouls, but couldn't make an ID. If you still want to go, you'll need to talk to our quartermaster at the supply shed across the base. She's got the exact coordinates of the crash.
And you're just going to make this all better, huh?
Usually, people are happy if I come to make things better.
I'm Karen Wet, Quartermaster. Commander Gardet just called to say you're retrieving our supplies. For which, by the way, I and the rest of the troops here humbly thank you. But I don't want Commander Fatpants to think it means he gets away with this. Steal from your troops, waste Republic money bringing in silks and wine from Alderaan, and it's fine, because some wandering Jedi will happen in to save you.
Tell me the whole story, and more slowly this time.
The ship didn't have to crash. I said over and over that the ship needed repairs. The left stasis generator was loose, and the hyperdrive motivator was seeping fluid. But Gardet had already spent our allotted maintenance budget on himself.
Do you have any doubts about this whatsoever?
I'm telling the truth. Somehow he's juggling the numbers he sends to HQ. No commander needs a personal vehicle in an outpost this size. If you can take this holo camera out to the crash site, you could get the evidence I need to get him court-martialed.
When you put it that way, how can I refuse?
Thank you. If you take holopics of the engine, I can show that the documented lack of repairs is what caused the crash. The most important thing is the supplies, though. The crash site isn't far. When you get everything, bring it back here so I can distribute it. We don't have antibiotics. They come on the same ship as everything else.
You're supposed to keep better tabs on that sort of thing. These men have the Cillian flu. They could die if... Master Jedi, dare I hope you've made it to our ship?
I've brought what you requested.
Just in the nick of time, too. The men came close to mutiny when I cut rations again. They knew this wasn't going to be a luxury cruise.
What do you expect? You ask your men to starve while you eat bantha steaks from off-world.
These pictures prove you knew the ship was damaged, and you sent it anyway.
They're going to Republic Command, along with my documentation of every personal purchase you've made. These men left their families and risked their lives to come here. If they die, it should be for someone better than you.
I didn't know the ship was so bad. I thought if it was serious, they'd catch it on Ord Mantell.
A good commander lives under the same conditions as his troops.
I never realized how quickly we go through our supplies. If I thought we couldn't last a month, I have some personal stores. I'll distribute them while you finish here, as a gesture of good faith.
I never thought I'd see anyone put the righteous fear into him like that. Good job, and thank you. Actually, if you're still interested in serving our soldiers, there may be something else. Normally, our 4th outpost comes here to pick up its supplies, but their convoy never arrived this month. I'm afraid something happened. They need to be found.
It's dangerous territory out there. Was the convoy armed?
The route between the outposts runs along Lake Brel. Not the best planning. There's rat ghouls there, and a Nexus spawning ground, and worse. Usually the convoy's managed by only traveling when the sun is highest. Plus lots and lots of firepower. But if they're out there too long, well, you need to find them.
Every moment we delay risks their lives. I'll leave right now.
Whatever happened to the convoy, we need to make sure Morn Outpost gets their supplies. Sonic emitters along the route usually keep off the worst of the critters. But if they're on the fritz, that convoy would have walked into a feeding frenzy. Fix the emitters and see what you can find about the convoy. When you're done, report to Commander Yajek at Morn Outpost. And thank you.
We just stopped to rest. Geozel found a scratch, and we don't know if it's the rat ghoul infection, so we're waiting. And Ferdoin might be coming down with the Geonosian swamp flu, but we're on our way, I swear, and you're looking at me very strangely.
Tell me the whole story, and more slowly this time.
Nothing. There's nothing to tell. I mean, I'm Private Gilrow, Taris Outpost 4. Kind of assumed you were looking for our convoy. We just stopped to rest. Sorry to trouble everyone.
Are you afraid of something? Is someone after you?
What isn't after us on this awful planet? The Nexu? The blasted rat ghouls? Oh, forget it. I was never a good liar. We aren't going back. Is that what you wanted to hear? We've deserted.
You have a duty to the Republic.
What about its duty to me? 5 years we've been out here. No break. Most of our friends have died. We're wounded. Tired. Broken. Fighting something that can't think. Can't be frightened. And if you get the slightest scratch, you become the enemy and your own squad puts you down like a dog.
You have given the Republic as much as it can reasonably demand.
You're not gonna turn us in?
Take this. It should be enough to buy a berth on a smuggler's ship.
I can't... I mean, we thought we might get a spot with one of the scavengers, but then we heard they kill strangers on sight. This would save my life. And maybe I can even get back in time to fix things with my girl. Please, tell Commander Yajek you found our bodies. That way no one will ever come looking.
State your business. This is a Republic military outpost, sovereign territory of the Galactic Republic. We will defend ourselves with deadly force if necessary.
This is simply ridiculous.
Well, that's hardly the tone I'd expect from an Imperial spy. So I'll assume you're Republic. There's no unauthorized travel this far into the wilds. Best policies usually blast first, chat later. Don't suppose you were sent by Commander Guarded with news about our supplies.
I found your convoy on my way here.
Did the Nexu get them? Wouldn't be the first time. They're alive, though? They better have a good excuse if they don't expect to get the lockup.
I found their bodies along the route.
No surprise. Ah, well, they'll be missed. I'll send their uniforms home to their kin. Anyway, thanks for the help and the news. This sure won't help morale. Everyone else will just have to work a bit harder now.
Oh, excuse me. Something in the air. Spores, I think. Name's Wintag. I'm working on the Republic Taresian archival database. We call it RepTad. I'm assigned to explore the old city myself, but I'm not handling the change of atmospheres very well. I don't suppose you'd be up for a little job exploring the ruins? We're well funded, so I can pay you for your trouble.
Just let me know how I can be of service.
Thank you, Master Jedi. I'm talking about finding the archive set up by Taris's own government to preserve their knowledge and culture in the event of disaster. I've been working on this for years, and I believe I've finally pinpointed the location of their archive.
Then what do you need from me?
I've tried to approach the location before, but it is positively overrun with raccoons. I couldn't get close. If you could get past them, let my assistant know how to arrange retrieval. Her constitution is stronger than mine.
This is a restricted area. There have been no security breaches for the past 111,325 days. Please show your credentials to enter.
Is this the Taris archive?
Yes. My programming appears to contain a contradiction. I'm instructed only to open this door to a member of the Tarisian government. But when the archive was brought online, all members of the ruling government were contained within. I have received no information on their successors.
This place has been a wasteland for 300 years. There is no government.
Let me update my programs. My fall through under that condition is to open only to representatives of the Galactic Republic. Is that you?
I am a member of the Jedi Order and Galactic Republic.
Excellent. Welcome to the Taris Archive. This is the ruling government of Taris, as last appointed, plus representatives of every major science and industry. Their final wish was to be thawed when Taris was once more in the hands of the Republic. Here is data on all those contained within.
This sounds quite curious. Tell me more.
My programming instructions end here.
I was told you might be coming. Was there anything in the archive?
Apparently, the ancient Tarisian government thought the most important thing to preserve was themselves.
Themselves? What do you mean literally? That's amazing. All this time we've been working from old recordings and the occasional droid, when the key to the whole planet's history is right here. I must notify the Republic. Thank you for braving the Rackles to uncover this.
Kapatonga, chisa bicha wonka ki atocha. Esupuda no pajunki, vaguta ji uta vukise. Bavupa gi wanta humpa, muli rabamba hula.
Tell me what happened here.
Oipa moja chapukala, chanusa usabe mota. Sayatupe, nu avachikuna, chino nik titoki.
I'll do all that I can.
Ukili, baklunki na atapumpa, pushuda. Chitonka, lishlika changa, pumpa kombokni.
Kampujakinanu, Kinama Amkabina Wam Karak.
I'm sorry. I don't think we've been introduced.
Jukaki Mem Panino, Amkabina Bek Memno Kimgam. Umnuk Inu Memno, Amkakam Mem Perolak Palak.
Esupuda no pajunki, vaguta ji uta vukise. Bavupa gi wanta humpa, muli rabamba hula.
Would you like a chance to be part of one of the great mysteries of the Republic's past? We have irrefutable proof that Revan once sheltered here, soon after returning to the Republic from the Sith. There are many tales of how Revan rescued Bastila Shan and changed galactic history, but there were smaller lives touched as well.
Be direct. Tell me what it is you want.
I am Hackenberg, historian from the Galactic Library on Coruscant. I am undertaking one of the most important historical research projects of our lifetime. 300 years ago, the outcasts of Taris lived deep below the city, where the rock ghoul plague originated. Revan's journals record bringing them a cure for the plague and leading them to the secure colony called the Promised Land. Yet we don't know if they survived.
Are you asking me to look for a lost colony from 300 years ago?
Or any sign of what became of them. My assistant is coordinating excavations. Anything you find, bring to him. Perhaps these promised ones left some record, something to talk to us across the ages.
We are saved. An Upworlder has restored to us the work of my grandfathers. At last, we have a place to escape this oppressive city and the laws that keep us beneath it. A place where we can breathe. This will be no secret to anyone listening, but Taris has been attacked. The upper and lower city were destroyed. We have found the Promised Land, but have nowhere to return to. If only we had arrived sooner. The Promised Land is the original Taris colony site. It was sheltered from the direct bombardment, but the quakes have destroyed every building and generator left. We must start again from scratch, but at least we have survived. The wreck ghouls are still feeding on the dead, but when the meat is gone, they will begin to hunt.
We mourn today for Rukel, who brought us out of the Undercity and into the Promised Land. We have sent scouts throughout Taris and can find no other survivors. They cast us out and barred their doors to us. But now we bury our dead in the ashes of their skyscrapers. As Rukel told us, it is not an easy life. Our children will grow up in a world of spears and bows, not blasters and starships. It is my burden to preserve our memories. Once we were outcasts. Once we were the promised ones. Now we are Taris. The Rakuls are breeding. Back in the Undercity, they reproduced only by infecting us. But now, there are more every day. We lose people to them, a few every year, but only as meat. The serum the Upworlder brought us has held true. We do not sicken, but now the serum is gone. We have had 4 infants born who could not be immunized. All boys. We will not be able to protect them forever. We need our full strength to defend the tribe. Maybe the immunity was inherited. Maybe we do not need to worry that a bite, a scratch, will turn our children against us. Maybe I do not need to fear for my son.
I am Kuki, 14th Keeper of Memories after Rukil. We now number 53 adults and 21 children. We lost 4 able bodies and 2 child bearers to the Rakghoul virus this year. Our records say there used to be a cure. We have lost so much. Tomorrow, we leave to search for higher ground. Plants are growing. Nature has reclaimed what once belonged to men. Nature is cruel. 2 of every 3 of our babies die to sickness and hunger. If we are to live, we must rebuild our walls.
Forgot. I am the memory. I have Rukil's descriptions. I know there was a city once. I know a city is many houses, many people. I am the only one. Now, there is just us. We have stopped having children. The old records say it is from toxic radiation. We once called this the Promised Land. It was a lie. It is our grave.
Your supervisor sent me. I found out what happened to your promised ones. There's no happy ending.
I knew they couldn't have disappeared without a trace. Give me what you found. Let us learn the history of this doomed planet so we don't repeat it.
Heret kusha, ragad tarf tala univers. Ugal unkas, ut termo nulu uma. Uma, oralo mentu gorastuk.
You're welcome.
Jonulu hagan datala mutu, otta juestakon. Razdono tuku,